Ranak everybody, we continue talking about Ansys Discovery today, and we try to create a model from SolidWorks Model Maya. It's a real object, it's a real task with couple problems, especially for direct modeling system, CAD system. So we have two drawings. On a first drawing, we can see how our geometry look like, and on second we see that we need to change some parameters. For example, on the first drawing height will be 3.35, and on a second it will be 4.5. On the first we see that our diameter of this part will be 2.7, and on second it will be 3.4. And on the last things, this height from this point to this plane dimension would be 2.35, and here we see 3.5. So we need to do this one and then change to this. I'm not an expert, so maybe I do it not in right manner, not in right workflow, but you see that person who are not an expert in Ansys Discovery, that this person can create and change even geometry from real challenges, something like that. Okay, this is on the left corner our task. This is our Ansys Discovery, and let's try to do some changes and some objects. We start and we create those objects, and we see that our dimensions are in millimeters. But on a drawing we see that we need length unit in inches. So we came to menu, settings, on unit and display option we can change from metric to imperial system, and now we can create dimensions. Sorry, we do some changes. Okay, and this one. Okay, what do we see? We have 2.7 here, 2.7, and we don't need this dimension. We need line here. Sorry, it's my fluffy assistant. Okay, and we do dimensions from this one to this one, and it will be 3.35. Okay, we do something like that. Now we do pull. We select those. We select this one and press delete because we don't need it. We select those three objects. Then we pick here options that we create a revolve. We select an axis, and now we can do a revolving. And we enter 3060, so we create full round. don't eat a microphone. Okay, we create a shell, but it will be a quarter, and it looks something like that. Also, we need to do 3 planes, and for better operating, we can rotate this object, all this solid, around this one on 90 degrees. Okay, now that watch on the top of our construction, so something like that. Okay, we select this plane, we create a sketch. We can draw 3 circles. These 2 circles already equal, and we create 3rd circle. First circle must be ready 0.38, so it will be 0.38 multiplied by 2, 0.76. This one must be 0.61 multiplied by 2, something like that. And we must have a dimension between those 2 circles around 1.5, something like that. And we need to equal distance between those point and those point. Okay, and now we can say that we need do some tangents with this and this one. Okay, we create everything in right manner, and now we will create some additional geometry object. Okay, we need to do some fixation. We will select those 3 points and click to fixed. It doesn't matter because when we end this sketch it will be not parametrical geometry, so it's not a problem. And we need to do that for creating constraint of tangency, because when we create tangency with this object they can dance, but we don't love a dance in this world. So yep, it tangent, and here we have problem. Okay, I see. Show constraint. delete this constraint, sorry. And we need to consider this one and this one. Okay, and we need to create a tangency between both of them. Okay. Something like that. We create this one. Now we can press pull. And we see couple of surface. And we need to move all this surface in this direction 2.75. Okay, we create something like that. Now we can pull them. We select all this contour. We add no merge for today. And we say up to those faces. And we obtain two solid body. Okay. Now we can do some modification. We can add holes. Here, and those holes will be diameter 0.38. Sorry, 0.38. Okay, and they and also we will create a hole here also. They will be dimension 3/4. Okay, so we cut on 1 inch, that's enough. And now we can copy this geometry object and we can rotate. Second object we can change yep, triad on axis, so we can rotate it on 45 degrees, something like that. Okay, the next object we create on this plane, and it will be something like this. We will have one line like this. We add dimension. It will be 6 degrees. Okay, from this point to this point we will have 2 and 20, 2 and 23. Also we need a constraint like an perpendicular. perpendicular, and so on. And we doesn't have those size. It doesn't present on a sketch, but we do it as 2 inch, something like that. So and also we can add those dimension. It will be 0.6 size, something like that. Okay, and also we do pull. Not extrude, but revolve with this axis, full circle. Okay, and now we select this one, select no merge, and up to this one. It creates something like that. Okay, and we need to rotate those objects, and we also do rotation with this axis, and also do rotation on 45 degrees. Okay, and the last from the list, we need to create something like that. It will have a diameter about 3.75. Okay, we will move this one on a quarter, and we do pulling with no merge on this direction, also on a quarter. Okay, why we do all these things without adding material? Why we create a lot of different objects? We do it on a reason that we must do not only this geometry, but those variants with difference, and it will be much simpler solution to change all those dimensions when we have separate object. So we do it in a couple ways. We select all this object, we move it to new component, we copy all those bodies and add it to our assembly. And now we do some modifications. And you will see result. So what do we need to change? We need to change height from 3.35 to 4.5, and also we need to change our diameter. Let's change those diameters first of all. So we deselect those geometries, we select those object, and we change from 1 and 35 to 1 and 7. Those one. And you don't want to change this one. Okay, let's do in this manner. Okay. We select this hole, we delete them, and we also say shell on a quarter. Okay. And now we have some size, and those size are not equal to our size on a dimension. We have 1.7 here, and we have, and what we have, measure. We will measure from this to this. Distance 2 inches. So we have 3 and 7 inches here. But we need 4.5. So we must to up this sphere to 0.8 of inches. So we select those one. We select those one and those one. We choose move and we do something like that. Okay. Okay. Now we have some problem with this geometry. We need to up it, and we have 335 and 4.5. Okay, we select those body and those body, and we will up, and we put a formula for 0.5 minus 335. Yeah, we create something like that. Okay. And also we need to up this object. We select this object, and we also need to up it from 222 and 23 to 3 and 5. Okay, we add a formula 3 and half minus 2 and 23. Something like that. Okay, we create those geometry, and also we change those dimension to those. Okay, and let's combine all these objects. This, and this we combine. We have some problems here, so we select this one. We use power select, and we see protrusion. Delete them. Okay. And now we add a holes that we need to add here. So we add hole, add hole, and also we need to create hole here, and it must be 0.82, and also create up to this one. So we create all changes. As we see, we do it very quickly. And now we need to create additionally rounds or blends here. It can be tricky, so let's try. Sorry. Point 188. Okay. Nope. This one. 0.188, something like that. We can't add simple rounds here, so we select this one. Okay, nope, it's not a real minus, sorry. Just a moment. We need to create it in the right way, so it can be tricky. Okay. With rounds, it always can be a problem. To create the right right stage to stage, at least for creating rounds. Let's try to do it in one way. Nope. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, and the last one. Bingo! We create all rounds that we need. So, something like that. Yep, there are problems with rounds, but rounds are always tricky even for parametric CAD. But you see how many time we spent to redesign those geometry to those geometry to those. It was be not a lot of time. Sorry, not many time. Not. I don't know how to in English. Okay, and now let's try to do those changes with original design without splitting on different bodies. So we open this component for better operating. We combine all of them. We create one. Okay. Now we add a hole as we do it on a previous stage. Okay, and we do these holes. Now we add a rounds in reasons that we doesn't have space here between those two objects. With cylindrical face it can be a much simpler way, but it always will be tricky. So let's do this in this way. Select this one and okay, and the last not the last, this one will be the last. Okay, this our object with rounds. And now let's try to do some changes. First of all, we select all those three objects, press pull and try to do some changes. It will be yep, as you see, it won't work in this way. So it don't want to change ready for this part. So we need to delete something that don't help us. And first of all, we need to delete all rounds. Ouch, sorry. It's not what I want. I want to delete only those 3 objects. Delete! Delete! As you see, it can be tricky. Yep, big round it can't delete, and more small it delete. Sometimes it works on this way. Okay, what we can do? We can split our geometry. For example, we can do something like that. Ouch. How to change diameter? Okay, 1, something like that. No, it's too big, something like this. Even less, something like this, and okay, you don't want. Let's if you don't want to pull, we can move. Okay, we split those body with those surface. We hide all those bodies. Sorry, invert. We need to delete all those objects. Not in this way, sorry. Let's do by part. You don't want to delete? Okay. And in this way, yep, you del. I see we have a problem here. Okay, then we do in other ways. We do splitting, split with those and those. And now we need to delete all those objects. Okay. Now we combine these two objects. We delete these two holes, and now we have separate objects that we can change in size. So I will not repeat it because I already do that. So I'll not repeat. For other situation, we don't need to separate our body to a couple of bodies and so on. We can do some changes, and we will show it on other variants of Model Mania if you want. For example, on this one. But sometimes we need to do it in this way. We need to create separate bodies and hold it for better changing. Something like that. Hope it was interesting. But if you want, if you know better way to solve situation with changing those geometry, please write a comment and send me the video. I will be very appreciated. Bye.